fuck? What the? What is going on? This is a great stream, isn't it? Instead of a loading screen, it's just me being confused. Oh wait, now it started working? Now that it shows my history? Yeah, well, fuck it. Oh, okay. Guys, I'm tired. I went to an anti-ICE protest today, and it fucking sucks. It's not a good day. So, yeah, it's it's really not a good fucking day at all. But at least I was able to meet a few cool people. That's cool. And we'll see. Here, let me set this up real quick. I was able to meet a few cool people and did some protesting. And yeah, but it's not fucking good because ICE is really taking over the country. ICE is taking over the city that I'm in. And oh yeah, I'm totally fine. I'm just I did not get hurt at all. There was violence there, but it happened before I got there. So let's pull up a news broadcast and get into this. So let's see. ICE shooting, Minneapolis protests. Let's see if we can find some news. I want to see if I show up in the background of any of these things. Do we have any, I don't know, local news or anything like that? Let's go to some of the local news. What? You were watching Mercado's stream? That's so awesome. That's hilarious. I mean, it's not hilarious. It's very sad, but it's pretty cool. Dude, Mercado, I interviewed him. He's such a chill guy. I want to bring him onto the channel and do a longer interview.
Wanted to check in with him and Paul. You know, I think you can look at that video and clearly different people are going to look at that same video and come away with different takes on it.
They sure are, no doubt, Amy and Simone.
Great reporting. Oh, an illegal agency that is doing terrorism against like minority populations, but essentially against political opponents of our fascist president, just murdered someone in cold blood on the street, and it looks like people are going to get different takeaways. Great fucking reporting that you're doing over here. Yeah, there's a lot of different takeaways you can get from this. Armed thugs that have no right being in law enforcement and are just sent to terrorize political enemies of our president murdered someone, but different takeaways. Maybe it's justified.
To check in with him and Paul. You know, I think you can look at that video and clearly different people are going to look at that same video and come away with different takes on it.
They sure are, no doubt, Amy and Simone. This was a witnessed incident, and there are several different videos from slightly different angles, so clearly people were out there videotaping what was occurring. I know you just played the video without audio. I have in the newsroom listened to it, viewed it, and I think as the mayor and the police chief filled in some of the holes during their news conference, it appears to be a woman, again, an observer, if you will, or certainly someone who was perhaps... They had their car perpendicular in the roadway. It appeared that officers went up, like ordered her to move, then ordered her to open the door, and that is when she took off. There is an agent, the ICE agent, who eventually pulls the trigger several times in the roadway. And this is where, depending on how you look at it, depending what agency is looking at it, you certainly heard the mayor called DHS's version of events BS. There is an agent in the roadway. There's an open...
The mayor will watch the interview with the mayor. All right, come on. Lee, get us into the video.
Window. Car sort of gets moving, peels out. I want to be careful with my verbiage. Makes a right turn. The agent open fires into the window. That car rolls.
Yeah, so, like, we'll watch the video, but basically, In Minneapolis and in every city, there are people that watch ICE. There are people documenting the crimes that ICE is doing, because once Donald Trump is either like dead from, I don't know, dementia poisoning, or just in prison, hopefully, or at least not president anymore, the people that are in ICE should be prosecuted for all of their crimes that they're doing. They really have no right to do any of this terrorism. They're kidnapping citizens, they're kidnapping people who are here legally, even when they're just like attacking people that are here that don't have the proper documentation. That is still not proper in the way that they're going about it. Like, they're literally racially profiling people. So people are there watching ICE. This person was there. Either, I don't know what they were doing. Like, their vehicle was, at the point when ICE started going after them, they were the ones being harassed by ICE. The ICE agents try to abduct her. They try to rip open her door. She drives away, and then they murder her.
And Ryan, in our booth, wants to tell me now that we can play it with some audio. Why don't we roll that for you now?
No! No!
So you can see here the video doesn't start when the ICE agents come after her. The video starts when they're trying to abduct her. That's when it starts. And so, yeah, using your vehicle to escape from abduction, that is completely fine. Then they open fire inside. ICE agents have shot at people. They've shot people before. Just last week in Minneapolis, they were responsible for shooting into another ICE watcher, shooting into the car of another ICE watcher. Thankfully, that person didn't get shot. And unfortunately, it was only a matter of time before someone got murdered by them. Because they're just violent thugs that have been deputized, they are violent white supremacists that have been deputized by Donald Trump to do his bidding of anti-immigration and liberal terrorism.
And there it goes. We're just going to play the very initial.
Yeah, and look, no one does anything. They just stand there. This car drives, it hits another car. Clearly, the person is at least injured, incapacitated, and the ICE agents just stand there. I think there's reporting that they were actually preventing an ambulance from coming onto the scene and preventing first responders from helping the person that they just shot.
Seconds or so there, but there's this apparent effort. Perhaps ICE was moving down the road. You could see that one.
Dude, saying there's an apparent effort when they literally shot someone, saw the car crash, and then did nothing it's fucking sick.
So there, but there's this apparent effort. Perhaps ICE was moving down the road. You could see that one, I believe it's a pickup truck. Yeah, the pickup truck, that's ICE trying to get down the road. The woman again begins with a car in a perpendicular position. I don't know how exactly.
Well, you're a fucking reporter. Maybe you should figure it out. Why the hell was the car in a perpendicular position? Well, you're just going to say, oh, the car was in a perpendicular. Why? Do reporting. Was it because she was trying to drive away from them? Is that why?
That would have happened. But she did appear to perhaps be blocking ICE's progress towards.
Dude, the entire left hand of the street was open. They could have driven around her.
Target towards a destination, I don't know. The agents got out, they were angry, they ordered her.
Bro, is this one of the guys from Pawn Stars? Did he join ICE after that show got canceled?
To leave, they reached for her door.
Look at these fucking pieces of shit, dude. Just murdered another person, let's just go. Wrap it up, boys, we gotta get out of here.
Progress towards a target, towards a destination, I don't know.
And honestly, guys, this is why protesting your local police is really important. The protest that I went to, when I got there, I was at this corner. So this was 34th Street. The protest I was at was 33rd Street. So down this block a little bit. But it's important to put pressure on the police because the police are the ones that have to clean up after the mess of ICE. ICE doesn't give a shit. They come in, fuck shit up, murder people, torture people, and then leave. And it's police, it's your emergency medical services, it's like your local governments. They're the ones that have to deal with all of the pressure of the civilians because ICE has no accountability. And so the more pressure you put on police, the more you let them know that you're unhappy with the situation that ICE is putting your city or your state in, then the less willing they're going to be to work with ICE. Like, ICE has zero accountability, but your local government and the infrastructure that supports it, they have all of the accountability. There's longer footage than this. The majority report showed it. Other cars were driving around her before they opened fire. Yeah, that I bet. You know what? Maybe I'll pull up the majority report stream. Oh God, this is so fucked up. Why can't I talk about just like fun things like
as of like
Trump invading Venezuela and capturing oil tankers, Venezuelan oil tankers for the oil? All right.
It's a murder. But it's disturbing. So if you don't want to see this, don't see it.
I got to get better with my trigger warnings.
Here it is.
This is from Mass Nestoric of the Minnesota Reformer.
Yeah, so they're in vehicles, they're driving around her, and then at some point, ICE gets pissed off. They feel like they need to... I mean, these people are terrorists at the end of the day. They were in terrorist organizations like the Proud Boys before they got into ICE, and now they're in a terrorist organization, which is ICE. And so when their like fragile egos feel threatened in any way, and they want to... get some of that respect that they so desperately crave that they didn't get in high school or wherever the hell they peaked. They have very fragile egos and they take their anger out on people. So did they need to murder this person in order to drive in their F-150s and terrorize other minority populations? No, they didn't. But did they want to? Yes, because they were mad. So look, they get out of the car. These fucking chuds, they feared for their life, right? How do they respond to fearing for their life? They put themselves in a more dangerous position. This is like when Israel invades Gaza and then is like, "Oh my God, I'm so afraid. My soldiers are in firing range of Hamas." It's like, okay, well then give up. You've invaded more than 50% of Gaza with your so-called yellow line, and now you're mad that you're getting shot at? Why don't you not invade fucking Gaza? Like, same with these dumbass chuds. They put themselves in a situation where they are trying to kidnap someone. They're trying to abduct someone, forcibly and violently abduct someone. And what does she do? She defends herself by driving away. That's like the safest thing you can do in any kind of violent confrontation is to leave that confrontation. That's what she did. Not what the fucking ICE agents do. They murdered her because they escalated the situation, and then when she was trying to leave the situation, they didn't appreciate it and they killed her. Also, these people have like no training at all. The only requirement you need to be a fully carded ICE agent is to have a deep-seated ideological hatred of minority people and liberals.
No!
Bro, holy shit. This fucking dumbass dude.
No!
Oh, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stand in front of a moving vehicle. And then even at that point, even when the dumbass, who like literally a fucking 2-year-old knows to not stand in front of a moving vehicle, even at that point, the driver of the car turns to the right to not hit the person, just so that she won't get fucking abducted. Because you know what ICE does when people they abduct? They fucking torture them. They abducted a Minnesota citizen like a few weeks ago, and they made him stand out in the 20-degree weather for 3 hours. While they just like didn't even bother to look at his paperwork. He had his ID on him, And they still didn't even bother to look at his paperwork for 3 hours. That's fucking torture, dude. You can't leave someone outside in like freezing weather for that amount of time and what? To just assert your authority, right? Because he pissed you off. Like, these people are fucking torturers, so they would have abducted her, tortured her for a few hours, and then released her, only because that she was like slightly annoying them.
Oh, shame! Shame!
Jeez.
Fucking God! What the fuck? What the fuck?
Murdered her.
Just fucking what?
And the only person to go run is another fucking neighbor. These ICE agents can't even be bothered to like walk slightly faster than their waddle allows them to.
What the fuck did you do?
Oh, I just realized I'm not even on camera.
And like, you know, no thought that this is a person behind a car, so I'm actually putting everyone around in danger, even if this was a justifiable use of my firearm, which it wasn't. And firing it just...
Yeah. I mean, I'm probably going to have to watch this by myself later. Oh my god, dude. All right, come on. Hit me with the news.
The agents got out. They were angry. They ordered her to leave. They reached for her door a couple of
Yeah, they order her to leave by reaching for her door. Make it make sense, bro.
times, and that is when she kind of peels out to the right, and then there is an agent right there who opens fire.
Yeah, there's an agent adjacent to her car. He wasn't in front of her pathway. Oh, did I see the Trump tweets? We'll get there. We'll get there.
To the window, and she is subsequently killed. So this video will be closely scrutinized by...
Dude, holy shit, this guy's sweating. Bro, please don't fucking both sides it. I know that this is like, what is this, Fox Local? It's just like a local news, but everyone's a goddamn capitulator to fascism at this point. It's disgusting. So I know people are going to look at this from both sides. We're just going to have to, we can't make any, you're a fucking news org. Make a judgment about it. Give us an actual analysis of the news. I can go to Twitter if I just want to see the clip. Or like a play-by-play of the clip.
In that same...
All right, what the fuck do these people have to say?
Chief warned that this day could happen, and clearly now the city of Minneapolis is responding and reeling from what took place there in the Powderhorn neighborhood earlier this morning.
Yeah, that's what's so ironic is, you know, Police Chief Brian O'Hara just hosting his, you know, year in review meeting yesterday for 2025. And he literally, in that same press conference, just said his fear is that something of this nature, of this capacity.
That's not ironic. Did you just say that it's ironic that a guy's like, yeah, I think ICE is going to murder someone, and then they did? That's not irony. That's just analyzing the situation around you.
And he literally... Yeah, that's what's so ironic is, you know, Police Chief Brian O'Hara just hosting his, you know, year in review meeting yesterday for 2025. And he literally, in that same press conference, just said his fear is that something of this nature, of this capacity, could happen. As we know, you know, they have said this is the largest immigration enforcement operation that we have seen, 2,000 agents deployed.
Just let's get it straight. This is not an immigration enforcement operation. This is a terrorism operation. It's used to terrorize minority communities, and it's used to terrorize liberal cities that don't fall in line with Trump's agenda. That's what it is. There is no immigration enforcement about this at all. If you want to actually enforce immigration, you start working on a better system to facilitate immigration and proper documentation. You don't terrorize minority communities. You don't do a fucking like video, like you don't do a fucking video photo shoot with a guy where Kristi Noem shows up and then is like, I'm disappointed in you, you're getting out of my country, and then everyone clapped for her. This is not immigration enforcement.
Here to the Twin Cities, and now this happens here today.
And goddamn, bro, saying that this is ironic that a guy's like, ICE is gonna kill someone, and then ICE did. It's the opposite of irony.
We don't have a system of communication, right? It's a federal operation, and there are agents coming in from other states. We know just from talking with some police chiefs that in Minneapolis and St. Paul that there are local federal agents that they know and they work with often, but then others are coming in. Some other ICE agents are coming in.
Yeah, honestly, calling them agents is an embarrassment. All right, let's see the overhead footage.
And now this, and then we'll
See if
have to
I can
how
see
the
myself.
community responds. I think getting ICE out of there from what they're calling a crime scene now, right? It's a crime scene now. There's an active investigation into law enforcement's use of force. It's a new territory, certainly for the folks involved. The mayor, who's the attorney himself, didn't quite know exactly sort of the legal processes here that take place. The FBI and the BCA now probing the shooting itself. I think it's important to reiterate there are videos. There seems to be videos from several different angles, and the shooting itself. And then Fox 9 has chosen to show it.
Yeah, so she was shot here basically, and then actually, where was she shot? No, she must have been shot here. She was shot here. So this is a fucking hell. Bro, I was fucking there and I don't even realize. So this is a one-way. She was parked here. The guys came. She was driving away, and then they shot her. I don't know, guys. Fuck.
Sparingly and perhaps without the audio, because there is, obviously a woman killed in the frames, and vulgar language left and right, and
vulgar language. Give me a break. Okay. House Democrats held a press conference on Venezuela. Oh, that's not what I was looking for. Live ICE in hospitals. This was streamed a day ago. That's not what I'm looking for either. This is what I'm looking for. Bro, Tim Walz has lost so much weight. The guy must be stressed out of his mind.
Good afternoon. Today I'm joined by Department of Public Safety Commissioner Bob Jacobson, Colonel Schaefer of the Minnesota National Guard, and Colonel Bogojevic of the Minnesota State Patrol. This morning we learned that an ICE officer shot and killed someone in Minneapolis. My deepest condolences to the family, to the loved ones who had to learn about this tragic event on national television. We have been warning for weeks that the Trump administration's dangerous, sensationalized operations are a threat to our public safety, that someone was going to get hurt. Just yesterday, I said exactly that. What we're seeing is the consequences of governance designed to generate fear, headlines, and conflict. It's governing by reality TV, and today that recklessness cost someone their life. I've reached out to Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem, and I'm waiting to hear back. Let me be clear, Donald Trump and his administration may not care much about Minnesota. That's been pretty evident, but we love this state. We won't let them tear us apart. We'll not turn against each other. To Minnesotans, I say this: I feel your anger. I'm angry. They want a show. We can't give it to them. We cannot. If you protest and express your First Amendment rights, please do so peacefully, as you always do. We can't give them what they want. The hearts and minds of the people in this state are on our side. To Americans, I ask you this: please stand with Minneapolis. To Minnesotans, know that our administration is going.
Bro, I have to say, I think this is weak rhetoric. I know that he's blaming Donald Trump for the divisive actions of his administration, and of course I 100% agree with him. The issue is people in Minnesota are already peacefully protesting, and they're peacefully following ICE agents around, and they're getting murdered for it. They're getting shot at with pepper gas, they're getting shot at with rubber bullets, they're getting shot with bullets, with regular bullets, with lethal ammunition. They're getting murdered for it. The people in Minnesota, even after all of this, are still peacefully protesting. What they want, though, is actual action from their representatives in the state level. They want Governor Walz to take action and try ICE, to resist ICE, not just don't work with ICE, to actively resist the terrorism that they are doing. So calling for peace, saying that Donald Trump is doing divisive actions All of this people already know. People are already taking this into account. They are peacefully protesting. They are doing civil disobedience by like following ICE, by documenting them. I wouldn't even call this like disobedience. It's just like doing their due diligence as a good citizen of the country and as a good neighbor, letting their neighbors know that ICE is present, following ICE, watching them. Like, that is all peaceful protest. That is using their rights to peacefully resist ICE. And really, there's not been any kind of support from the Minnesota government, which is what they want to see.
Nothing to seek accountability and justice. The State Bureau of Criminal Apprehension are working on the investigation. We have activated the State Emergency Operations Center. State Patrol and Minnesota National Guard leadership is connected with the Minneapolis Police Department, the St. Paul Police Department, Hennepin County Sheriff's Office, the DNR, and Minnesota's Homeland Security and Emergency Management. We have activated dozens of members of the State Patrol's mobile response team. And from here on, I have a very simple message. We do not need any further help from the federal government. To Donald Trump and Kristi Noem, you've done enough. There's nothing more important than Minnesotan safety. I've issued a warning order to prepare the Minnesota National Guard. We have soldiers in training and prepared to be deployed if necessary. I remind you, a warning order is a heads up for folks.
Like, dude, the rhetoric from this speech is all about how, please don't get violent, Minneapolis, and don't get violent, Minnesotans that are out to protest. Don't get violent. Don't worry, Donald Trump. I've got the violent Minnesotans covered, right? I've got a handle. I've got the National Guard. I've got the state troops. I've got all of the different police departments of the metropolitan area. We've got it covered. We don't need any help. And of course, like, this is a plea to the administration, right? It's don't send in federal troops. The issue is, A, Donald Trump doesn't really give a fuck whether Walz says he has it covered or not. He can always use just even any kind of protest as an excuse to send in federal troops. And B, why are you trying to placate this administration? Like, your rhetoric right now should be aggravating the administration. Your rhetoric should be backing up Minnesotans and actually standing up for law. Like, one of your constituents just got fucking murdered, and your response is to the murderers, please, you've done enough. We don't need any more of your help. All right, let's see what Jacob Fry has to say here.
Right now, and we collectively are going to do everything possible to get to the bottom of this, to get justice, and to make sure that there is an investigation that is conducted in full. But what we do know is that a 37-year-old woman is dead and that she was shot by ICE. We've dreaded this moment since the early stages of this ICE presence in Minneapolis. Not only is this a concern that we've had internally, we've been talking about it. They are not here to cause safety in this city.
Damn, dude. I have my issues with Jacob Fry, but so far so good with this.
What they are doing is not to provide safety in America. What they are doing is causing chaos and distrust. They're ripping families apart. They're sowing chaos on our streets, and in this case, quite literally killing people. So they are already trying to spin this as an action of self-defense. Having seen the video of myself, I want to tell everybody directly, that is bullshit. This was an agent recklessly using power that resulted in somebody dying, getting killed. As soon as it happened and we learned of the incident, we had several priorities. The first, of course, was to get the victim to the hospital and to get care as soon as possible. And to the family, I'm so deeply sorry. There's nothing that I can say right now that's going to make you or your relatives, friends of the victim feel any better. There were, I believe, 2 Minneapolis police officers that responded and were in the ambulance on the way to the hospital. The second was to get ICE off of the scene. There were dozens, if not hundreds, of ICE and federal officers that were there at the time. Having them there was only causing more chaos. Having them there was only making a difficult situation even more problematic, and one that, yes, they created themselves. There's little I can say, again, that'll make this situation better, but I do have a message for our community, for our city, and I have a message for ICE. To ICE, get the fuck out of Minneapolis. We do not want you here. Your stated reason for being in this city is to create some kind of safety, and you are doing exactly the opposite. People are being hurt. Families are being ripped apart. Long-term Minneapolis residents that have contributed so greatly to our city, to our culture, to our economy are being terrorized, and now somebody is dead. That's on you. And it's also on you to leave. It's on you to make sure that further damage, further loss of life and injury is not done. We're going to be working towards justice as quickly as we possibly can right now, and justice is what we've all got to get.
I mean, honestly, no notes. I mean, you can hit it a little bit harder on how ICE is fascist, how they're a terrorist group, but yeah, that's pretty good. Like, you do need to just hammer home that ICE should not be in the city at all.
Next, a message to our community. Look, we all know that the agenda of this Trump administration is to create chaos. Let us respond right now with our best versions of self. This is a moment where all of us in Minneapolis and beyond, we can rise to the occasion. We can show them who we are. We can show them the kind of courage, bravery, love, and
Here's please don't do any kind of property damage.
compassion that makes Minneapolis, Minneapolis, and that makes America, America. We are better than a bunch of ICE agents being deployed to cities around the country and ripping apart families and communities. We're better than that. And so we are going to meet that hate with love. We are going to meet that despair with hope. We are going to meet that injustice with constitutional justice ourselves. And we're going to make sure that in this very difficult moment, we do not take the bait that these ICE agents are trying to create and that the federal government, to be clear, wants. They want us to respond in a way that creates a military occupation in our city. They want an excuse to come in.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, they don't need an excuse. They'll just, like, they're sending in 2,000 more ICE agents for what reason? Because of all of the violent protests that took place, right? That's why? Oh, no, they just did it. They don't need a fucking excuse. They're just going to do it.
And show the kind of force that will create more chaos and more despair. Let's not let them. Let's rise to this occasion. Let's show them something far more beautiful than the kind of division that they're trying to stoke.
All right, so the police, the chief of police starts talking?
O'Hara, BRIANO''HARA.
Among them is our chief of police.
My name is Brian O'Hara, BRIANO''HARA. I am the Minneapolis Police Chief. This morning, Minneapolis police officers received a report of federal law enforcement being involved in a deadly force incident, meaning shots had...
Like, this is the thing. Police in Minneapolis don't work with ICE agents, which is good. However, they need to do a step further. It's not enough to just not work with ICE agents. You have a rogue agency, basically like a terrorist organization, in the streets of your city, and you're just ignoring them. They're ripping people out of cars. They're breaking into people's homes illegally without warrants. They're going into people's businesses and ripping people out of their places of employment. They're just picking people up off the street. They're like making these weird ass propaganda photo ops with people. It's not enough to just ignore them. You need to be patrolling them. So honestly, all of these ICE cars, all of these ICE like caravans or whatever, they need to have cops observing them as well as the citizens that observe them, because police, with as many faults as they have, they're actually trained to do the job that they're doing. ICE agents are not. ICE agents are just pieces of shit fascist bitches that wanted to get a badge and get paid to carry a gun and to terrorize brown and liberal people. That's what they are. So you need to have actually trained people that are trained and have some kind of responsibility and accountability for the force that they carry, to make sure that ICE agents aren't fucking up and murdering people because they get scared. Like, you need cops to not only not work with them, but to provide oversight for ICE agents. It's kind of ridiculous to me that there's like 4 or 5 cars full of heavily armed individuals and the police are nowhere near the scene at all. They're just letting them do their thing, which is doing crimes. That's the thing that they're doing. That is ICE's thing.
Been fired. Minneapolis police officers responded to the scene. We arrived and found a woman with a gunshot wound to the head. Life-saving measures were performed at the scene, including CPR. The woman was transported to Hennepin County Medical Center, where she has since been pronounced deceased. The preliminary information that we have indicates that this woman was in her vehicle and was blocking the roadway on Portland Avenue.
Nah, she wasn't. Literally was not. Like, if you want to say she was blocking the roadway, then the car in front of her was blocking the roadway too. We have the fucking footage. There's a car in front of her that was also blocking the roadway.
Detention person.
Where is this? Where's the footage?
And it appears that ICE agent, from the videos that we're seeing here.
So if this is her car blocking the roadway, then what the fuck is this? This car's blocking the roadway too. She wasn't blocking the roadway. She was on like a third of the road. There's still 2/3 of the road to get around her. Oh my god, dude. Our understanding is that she was a terrorist and she was terrorizing the road by being slightly over the bike lane and onto the main road.
Midway between 33rd Street and 34th Street in the city. At some point, a federal law enforcement officer approached her on foot, and the vehicle began to drive off.
That's not true. There was like 4 federal officers, 4 ICE terrorists trying to rip open the door to drag her out. That's what they were trying to do. They approached her on foot.
At least 2 shots were fired. The vehicle then crashed on the side of the roadway. Minneapolis police officers secured the crime scene and assisted in trying to preserve the evidence that is there. We have since turned over the scene both to the Federal Bureau of Investigation as well as the Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension, which will be conducting an investigation into this use of deadly force.
And what did they do with the terrorists that murdered her? They escorted him away. They provided safety for him from the crowd of people that showed up there, which involved tear gassing the protesters.
I want to thank the mayor, city council president.
You're not going to talk about how you tear gas the protesters?
Other members of the city council, state legislators that were on the scene. This has been a very...
Might as well get into it a little bit right now. When I first got there... How do I unmute this? A guy in a press... when I first got there, there were people there that were suffering from being tear gassed. At least 2 people in press vests that had snot pouring out of their face, drooling, their eyes crying because of the pepper gas that they were sprayed with, people offering to spray saline water into their eyes. You're not going to talk about how you gassed the protesters so that the ICE agents could drive away? What the fuck? Okay.
Here, I have a syringe. Do you want me to spray in your eye? Okay. Just hold your eye open.
Like using a syringe to spray saline water into his eyes.
This guy with the sport top's probably got the best.
Yeah. Oh, we have sport top for water. Here, I have a
Like, okay. Guess no mention of that. Did I get any videos of ICE driving? I didn't. I really didn't take that many videos, guys. Let's see. My fucking heavy ass breathing. These are, I'm pretty sure these are like ICE vehicles that are driving past. I should have recorded more. What else did I take a video of? Oh, this is just the protest. Not even really a protest, to be honest. All right, let's go back to the chief of police, the Minneapolis chief of police.
A difficult time for everyone in the city. And this is obviously a very, very tragic situation where a woman has lost her life.
Oh, a woman has lost her life. Interesting. You make it sound like it's just a fart in the wind. Something, a tree fell down in the woods and no one was there. It just happened. We don't know how. Somehow Palestinian children are just blown up. Their bodies were just disemboweled. No one knows how. Palestinians ended up slain somehow. A woman lost her life in Minneapolis.
That being said, in addition to this tragedy, which unfortunately we did predict, we were seriously concerned about further escalation from the scene. And I want to thank the elected officials that came themselves to help us.
Yeah, this guy didn't. The mayor didn't do that. He didn't come to the scene himself. Also, if you predicted that ICE was going to murder people, why didn't you have cops on ICE? I don't understand this. What other violent gang that is known for murders and abductions and torture would you let roam around in your city without any kind of police oversight at all? Any other gang that does that?
Prevent that from happening, as well as the individuals on that scene that remained peaceful and that abided by law enforcement instructions so that we could preserve that scene and ensure that a full and transparent investigation can take place. That being said, I just echo the mayor's comments that we ask that the community...
God damn it, dude. They're so fucking cop-brained. Please don't do any violence, but we're going to ignore the violent gang that murdered someone today.
I'll open it to questions.
Any idea on the identity of the ICE officers who fired those shots at this point?
I don't have that information.
Nope, because they do zero oversight about ICE at all.
No. The question was, is there an identity of the ICE officer that fired? I do not have that.
Mayor, sorry, we're hearing that ICE officers stopped a position from helping the lady who was shot. Is that true? We've seen videos all over social media that someone tried to help this lady, and they were told, they were pointing guns at and told to get away. Do you know about that at all?
So the question was, there's information out there that people tried to help the woman that was shot, and ICE officers then pointed guns at them and told them to leave. I do not have that information. I myself saw a video of the shots being fired as the car was driving away. What I can tell you is the narrative that this was just done in self-defense is a garbage narrative.
Okay, let's see if we can find a few social media videos. ICE shooting stops bystander. I don't know. Let's just see ICE shooting video. Do we have anything that's like not shortened? What is this? Oh, this is another news org. This isn't going to be anything that we haven't seen yet.
This is what we have, so we wanted to
the vehicle, the other kind of pulled on that driver's side door handle.
So this person goes running over to help, and there were eyewitness reports that someone was in the passenger side that walked out and was covered in blood. The driver was unfortunately murdered and did not survive. So let's see if we can get an extended video of this.
That's law enforcement pulling up in the pickup.
And it is the Honda Pilot that we should be focused on here. It's about a purplish, reddish color here. So let's take a look.
Agent walk.
Dude, this could be your fucking mom. The bumper stickers on there, the Honda Pilot.
Walking up. And then there's another agent.
Literally on the side of the car. Oh, I feared for my life that she was going to drive away and not touch me a single bit.
I don't know if you can see that one right there.
Where did this guy fall out of?
And then there's another agent. I don't know if you can see that one right.
He just slipped on the ice. The other ICE agent, he just slipped on the ice and he had to get his buddy to catch him.
Walking up. And then there's another agent. I don't know if you can see that.
Dude, these people are fucking morons.
That one right there.
Three agents involved. One was kind of closer to the front of the vehicle. The other kind of pulled on that driver's side door handle.
Yeah. So again, there's no audio here. We don't know what's being
There is audio. You don't have it.
said. We don't know really anything else about this woman, other than we know that she was not the target of the initial investigation. That was confirmed.
Yeah,
by,
no fucking
by the
shit.
Police chief. But there are some other angles of this as well that are being looked at. So that's kind of one pass of the video. And again,
Okay, so the protest was down here. Got it.
Right. Okay, thanks for letting us know. Sorry. So there is some audio to this, and if you go online, you can see. So now you can see the vehicle is crashed.
Yep.
And according to law enforcement here in the Twin Cities, that woman was shot, and then the vehicle drove into the snow there, as you can see. So this is kind of the aftermath right now. This video is turned the other way. We want to just show you. What's happening. We didn't have a lot on the front end of this, and every time we show video, we kind of like to show prior the incident and then as much.
Oh,
after
okay. I guess this is on YouTube.
This is what we have, so we wanted to show it to you in full.
And this is also the first time that we are seeing this as well. So we're kind of just watching this together along with you. But as you can see there, you see all these houses and these homes.
Oh, fuck, dude. That's so disturbing.
Along Portland Avenue. We know that this is...
So the ICE agents did nothing, and then as the neighbors came over to try to help the person who got shot, then they basically say, go away, and then they come over.
The residential area, so...
Oh, I mean, this is on a YouTube video, so I don't think they're going to show her whole body. This is on Fox 9. I think we're safe on here.
Again, we don't know much about this woman, just that she's 37 years old. We don't know if she was an observer, because that's the thing too. So a lot of these ICE agents were out there, and they say observers were out there as well. These are people that are just documenting what is going on. And so we know from the police chief's perspective, he just says it.
Going in the opposite direction on a one-way. Holy fuck. Dude, these people are scumbags in every single aspect of their lives.
He knows that she was a woman that was in her car, and she was blocking the road.
Yeah.
And
what are you doing?
All the information.
He was going to drive this way and then realized it was a one-way.
That we know.
Okay, right. You let me know when this is played
Dude,
out.
these people are like... I know I keep pausing it after every 2 seconds, but they're such losers, man. They're such losers. It's like, oh my God, I made a mess and now I don't want to clean it up. Let me just drive away with my buddies. Like, they're like fucking middle schoolers or like freshmen that just learned how to drive. They're like, oh, I made a fucking mess. I murdered someone because I'm a dumbass. And also like a piece of shit that's evil. And instead of actually trying to stay there and face some repercussions, at least own up to my actions, fill out the paperwork, they just leave. They just peel out and leave. Someone else will take care of it. Such scumbags, man. And you know what they do? They drive to a different part of Minneapolis and start harassing other people.
Or how close we are. Oh, there's a couple minutes left because I just wanted to also read, because we haven't had a chance to do this, the statement from Kristi Noem, the Department of Homeland Security.
No, don't read it. Because I want to read it. I want to read it myself. Oh wait, here's a longer video. Actually, this is what we saw.
Okay, so this is...
So they pull up, she puts her hand out. I don't know. It looked like she waved them on. Like, it looked like, I don't know, she was turning around or whatever. She, like, waved them on, but instead they got out of their car because they made up their mind that they were going to abduct her. Remember, these are the people that, like, chased after a guy because he said, fuck Trump, right? Like, these people have the thinnest skins possible.
A loop now of what happened. If we could just hang on for just 1 second. Now that people have a little traction here, let's kind of watch this, and we'll let you.
The Minnesota Report has the audio. Okay, we'll check that out, Crotchy. Okay, let's check it out. These people, fucking suck. Minnesota Report. Minnesota Reporter. Minnesota Reporter. Valuetainment? Oh, God. The Minnesota Reporter YouTube channel. Okay. The Minnesota Reporter. This is not going to show up for me, is it? Minnesota. Oh, okay. I'll try one more time. Minnesota Reporter YouTube channel. Yeah, I'll look for it on Google. I saw Coffee Hour, Minnesota Reporter. Minnesota. Bro, this is ridiculous. This is not working. Oh, Reformer? Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. Reformer. Minnesota Reformer, here we go. All right, this is posted on YouTube, but we still need to be safe about any kind of gore or blood or anything like that. So, trigger warning, just in case I don't catch it. So look, she's literally sits there, parked, waves the ICE agents on. One car is like, okay, I'll drive because there's clearly enough space to drive. And this is a one-way street, so there's 2 lanes. Both of the lanes are going in the same direction. So it's not like they're taking a risk by driving into the oncoming traffic lane in order to get around her. This is clearly not obstructing the road. What these ICE agents do, however, is get pissed off because they're pieces of shit with tiny, fragile egos, and so they get out and they murder her because they have no repercussions at all for their actions. At least under this administration. Hopefully that changes. So look, she's literally waving them on. And instead of driving around, they get out because they're little cunts. Also, notice how none of the news channels, conveniently none of the news channels, show the footage of her waving them on. They just start the video when the ICE agents get out and they're like, she was obstructing the roadway. That's what they say. Get out of the car, get out of the car. I mean, this is so fucked up, man. Not to mention there's like a bystander right here. There's people lining the street. Like, he obviously shot what he wanted to shoot, which is this person to kill her. But there's so many different people around that he could have shot anyone. It's just, like, these people need to go to prison. These people need to go to prison for at least 30 years. Then it's like the fucking Four Stooges where they all slip on the ice. Okay, let's watch this one more time. Yeah, also convenient that all of the audio is muted on all of the news channels. How is that possible? How is it possible to lose audio so quickly in today's day and age where everything gets uploaded to social media with perfect audio and perfect video? Look at this chud. Look at this fucking chud. He was literally on his phone, saw that she was driving away. He panicked and pulled out his gun and shot her. What a... Dude, holy shit. We have the worst, stupidest fucking people in this country being given the most amount of power by the worst person in the country, which is the president. God damn. He's literally on his fucking phone. I don't know what he's doing. He's on his phone playing Candy Crush, looks up, panics, pulls his gun out, and shoots her. Bro, I can't believe it. I can't believe that it's a goddamn distracted ICE agent that ended up murdering this woman. Look at this. We're going to slow-mo it. Oh, yeah. She clearly backed up to avoid hitting him and then turned her tires in a dramatic angle so that she wouldn't hit him. And you know how we know this? Because she didn't drive forward into the snowbank when she got shot. She didn't crush him under her vehicle. You don't stop someone from killing you with a car by shooting them. The vehicle would drive straight if you killed them. If you're in front of the fucking car, the car's still going to hit you. She had her tires angled, and then when he shot her, the car continued to drive angled. That's why it ran into another car going in the same orientation as the car that it hit. Look at this. Guy tries to kidnap her. She drives away. This guy's here. Look at him. He's on his goddamn phone right now. This piece of fucking pork chop is on his phone, literally standing in front of a car. Like what? Is he recording her? Is he texting someone? Do you think this is standard operating procedure? Oh, when someone uses a car as a terrorist threat to try to kill you, pull out your phone and start recording them. Look, turns her wheels so that she doesn't hit the guy, pulls his gun out because he's on his phone and gets startled. Like a fucking piglet getting shot at out of a helicopter. And, dude, he even, like, fucking turns his gun to the side like he's in some kind of gangster movie. And then he's literally out of the way as he opens fire. Like, to claim that this is self-defense is so disgusting. I would honestly rather prefer them to just say, yeah, we're going to murder you if you watch us. If you annoy ICE agents, we're going to murder you, so stop annoying us. To give it the liberal veneer is just like, I don't know, man. It's putting the fucking cherry on the shit cake that this is. They're pissing on us. and saying that it's rain. It's like, don't even fucking say that it's rain, bro. Just be upfront about your evilness. Like, he's out of the way of the car. She's clearly driving away. The tires are turned. You're not, like, in this position. That's the safest position you could possibly be in relation to the car. This woman here is in a more dangerous position than this guy is. Just say you're going to murder people if they piss off ICE. Just give us the decency of being honest for once. And then he fucking unloads his clip into her as she's driving away. How do you call this self-defense? The first one, oh, I was startled because I was on my phone. The second, third, and fourth one, where he's following the track of the car as she's going away, it's absolutely disgusting. Oh my god, dude. He's doing the Face ID thing. Well, that's great. Palantir responsible for another murdered civilian.
Oh my fucking god! What the fuck? What the fuck? You just fucking... What the fuck did you do? You all are fucking criminals! You're fucking criminals! What the...
Yeah. Oh, there's some vulgar language.
Fuck? What the fuck? What the actual fuck? You are fucking insane! What did you do? You!
Look at this fucking hog waddling back to his car. Oh, it's a little chilly out here. I'm gonna go back to my climate-controlled. I'm gonna go back to my climate-controlled Cadillac SUV.
Shame!
Fucking murderer right here. This guy. Oh man. Bro, at least his barber fucked him up. His barber fucked him up for us. I'm gonna give you the tight and roadkill on top. Tight on the sides, roadkill on the top. Covering his bitch ass face because he doesn't want to suffer any social repercussions in his life after he retires from being a terrorist. Oh, I want to go home and have a beer with my wife and our friends and not be identified for being a terrorist.
Shame! 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 What's happening to her? What happened?
Yeah, the agent didn't even slowly walk over to her. He looked and then made sure she was dead, then walked away. All right, just gonna scrub this real quick. I guess this is posted on YouTube, but yeah, just trigger warning for people. I mean, this is a very traumatic day, so let's just make sure. All right. Ugh.
Dude, you shot her! I'm trying to help!
Yep, so people try to help her, and what do they say? Step back. I mean, dude, when someone's being fucking killed, you can't clear the scene, right? You can't clear the scene when it's still, like, not even an investigation. The first point of priority is to save the person's life, to do first aid, be a first responder.
No! No! You fucking shot someone in the fucking face!
So yeah, and now, I mean, dude, these fucking... just wait. In a few days, we're gonna hear from Kirsty Noem and Donald Trump and Jebediah Vanity and P.D. Hegseth that the National Guard is needed to protect these ICE agents because they were being threatened by terrorists in their mom cars, their soccer mom cars. So we're going to need federal agents, or not federal agents, we're going to need like the National Guard and the Marines to come in and protect these ICE agents from these dangerous soccer moms.
You shot someone in the fucking face! Do you have a conscience? Do you have a conscience?
I mean, these people are just classic Republicans. They dehumanize the people they see as their political opponents, and then they're fine murdering them. I'm sure if they like talked to a Somali person, they'd be like, interpersonally, they wouldn't be racist against them to their face. But when they think of them as a group, when they dehumanize them and think of them as like opposition, once again, like law enforcement essentially treats the people that they are supposedly protecting as the enemy that's trying to murder them. That's what law enforcement, that's what the police are trained for. That's what these guys think too. Yeah, it's just classic Republican mentality where they dehumanize an entire portion of the population, and then they're fine with violence and murder against them.
Don't let the murderer leave! Don't let the murderer leave!
Yeah, and all of these guys, every ICE agent on this block and really in the entire organization is an accomplice to the murder of this person.
You guys are the fucking criminals! You don't get to tell us what to do! Fucking criminals! Don't let him leave!
Dude, what the fuck is this car doing? Why is it just like driving in a circle?
Leave! Don't let the murderer leave!
Also, yeah, the woman who's recording this is base as hell. They're murderers, they're terrorists. Why are we assuming that they're law enforcement?
You guys are the fucking criminals! You don't get to tell us what to do! Fucking criminals! Don't let him leave! Don't let him leave!
Pussy motherfucker, man!
No! Get the fuck out of our neighborhood! Yeah, it's a fucking crime! We fucking know it! We're here! Yeah, like what the absolute fuck, man? What the absolute fuck? Do you have a conscience? Do you have a conscience? Do you have a conscience? This is the time, man. This is the time to have a conscience. This is not okay. This is not okay. Get a fucking conscience.
You look at me, tell me you're doing the right thing. Get the fuck out of here, bro. You didn't fire any weapons. Fucking your people.
Fuck, dude. Don't get any fucking news organizations showing this shit.
In the head. In the head. And she dropped it.
You, look at me. You can't even.
Watch out, man. Watch out.
Why don't you look at me? I thought you could do it. Do it. You know you're so
You okay, mommy?
Oh god, okay. Tim Walz held another press conference. Okay, well, we'll get into this. Oh, fuck, dude. All right, hold on. I need a palate cleanser. We're going to go to the photos I took because it wasn't all... I mean, it's bad, but it wasn't all bad. So that's like what the protest was when I got there. Oh, here's the police presence. I guess it was in can I switch this at all? This is annoying. Can I flip this? I don't know. Whatever. Just fucking tilt your heads, I guess.
De los federales violando la ordenanza de separación de Minneapolis, protegiendo a los el asesinato de una observadora. Aquí van a ver claramente la policía de Minneapolis.
So a lot of police presence. When I got there, they had essentially escorted ICE off of the property or off of the premises. Here's a photo that I took. And yeah, police standing around while investigators collected evidence. Eventually, I was there when they towed her car away. And then they also towed away the white car that she crashed into. A lot of police doing a whole lot of nothing. You can see here they had the armored SWAT car. I am not completely sure which cops were responsible for using the chemical weapons against the protesters, but there were cops there. Eventually, the SWAT car rolled away. A lot of cops also had these wooden batons that you can see here, which I can only assume is for more crowd control. Fun little sticks that they use to beat people with. So, yep, there's your tax dollars at work. You can also see that there were some state representatives here that were representing their constituents. There were a few council members from the Minneapolis City Council, and there was the state representative for the Minnesota Congress that was here for this district. So there were 3 local politicians there representing their constituents, which was great to see. I also showed up, and there were press members, which I went over earlier, that had been tear gassed.
I have a syringe. Do you want me to spray in your eye? Okay. Just hold your eye open.
This guy with the sport top probably got the best.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sport top for water.
Yeah, so not a good situation at all. I was lucky enough to be able to interview some just bystanders, some people that were like following ICE, watching them. One was there in a medical capacity, so we can check that out.
Okay, so what's your name? Kelsey?
Kelsey,
And
yeah.
what's your name?
I'll go by Lecky.
Lecky? Okay, nice to meet you. So I heard that there was like a shooting, and I'm like, I gotta come down here because I'm like 10 minutes away. When did you guys show up? Were you just here in like the anti-ICE action?
I was not here on the initial action. I showed up roughly, probably, let me just see what time it is. I showed up probably 30-ish minutes ago.
30? Okay.
I left.
What was the scene like when you got here?
Chaotic. It was just, I got here like late when they decided to play smoke.
Oh, yeah.
That was me walking out. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I was talking to a few other people, and they're like, I don't know why they deployed tear gas. They just did. I'm like, what, do you think it was just because they were like more jumpy after someone actually got hurt by ICE?
I was here for probably about 20 or 30 minutes before that happened, and this whole street was covered with ICE agents, vehicles been down. and there was a huge force and a lot of angry people, and so I think they were getting a bit spooked, and one vehicle was trying to reach on the street, and people started throwing snowballs, and then they got...
So people were throwing snowballs at ICE agents as they were driving past, which is honestly fair. If you can throw a snowball at a kid, I think an ICE agent could take a snowball. Okay, and then the police ended up like tear gassing them. So, I thought the police weren't working with ICE agents, although they're tear gassing people that are throwing snowballs at them.
Pretty
Oh no,
agitated about
ICE
that
getting
sort of-
hit with ice.
You know those snowballs, man. They can be really...
Yeah, they're dangerous.
Dangerous thing.
And so then they started chasing people with their tear gas
Oh my
guns.
God.
Yeah.
And that
Yep,
was
yep.
the Minneapolis police, or
No, those were ICE agents.
those were ICE
Yep.
agents?
Yeah, the sheriff's department was here, kind of holding the line in a sense, and then MPD was here, but those were ICE agents. And it's all dangerous.
Yeah, and right now people are clearing out because they're like following other anti-ICE action.
Yeah, there's word that ICE is in other parts of Minneapolis and they
They're
legal observers.
all over South. Yeah. It kind of blew up a couple days ago. Suddenly, it wasn't like that bad a while ago.
Because when Christy Nome came here, she's like, we're going to bring a whole bunch of other ICE agents.
And it sounds like you're really seeing it in the neighborhood.
I'm just hearing about it a lot on the group chats. You know, like,
Yeah, I got it.
other legal observers are like,
Yeah, same.
it's just
I'm just on Reddit. I'm like, wait a second. 20 minutes ago, something's going down.
Yeah.
5 minutes away from it, so.
Bro, I gotta work on my interviewing skills. Goddamn, this is painful to watch. But I'm making all of you watch it with me.
An Instagram story, and it had posted like 4 minutes before that someone was shot at this intersection.
Yeah.
So I posted here just to be a presence, you know?
Right. And are you guys involved in like other anti-ICE action?
I'm in 5051.
5051? Can you explain what that is?
It's just a protesting organization.
Okay.
I'm a part of the MEG division, so kind of just do our own thing, separate from 5051. We are not involved in the protest, we're just involved with everyone around it, trying to keep them okay.
Right. Yeah. And that.
Whistles, so there might be something.
All right. Well,
I'll probably go with
you guys over there. Thank you so much for talking. It was nice meeting you.
Yeah, so they were directing people away from the site of the shooting at that point because ICE had been doing other operations like a few blocks away. So that's what was going on there. I realized that I'd been recording and my phone was recording the inside of my pocket. Oh, there we go. Perfect. But I wanted to record the SWAT armored vehicle driving away. And yeah, once again, did not get a good landscape video of it. So this was a news interview. I don't think the audio is going to be that good. This was Mercado.
So what's your name?
Andrew Mercado.
Andrew?
So I gotta check this guy out more. This guy was there filming, streaming the entire thing. Sick guy. He unfortunately got tear gassed when I was there, and I'm gonna let this interview play.
What's your name?
Andrew Mercado.
Andrew? I think when I came here, I saw you, and you had just gotten gassed and that was by the Minneapolis Police Department. When did you get here, and then how did it escalate into actually them firing tear gas?
Yeah, so we got here about a couple hours ago, responding to the shots fired. That's all I had heard, that there were shots fired in the neighborhood, and that ICE was present. So I came out here to document, like I have been for the past month. And as tensions were picking up.
No, I just have a YouTube channel.
Okay.
I'm gonna make anti-Somali videos. No, I'm just kidding.
So he's fucking with me. So anyways, so we got here a couple hours ago. We went to the scene. We pulled up over there. We were seeing what was happening. We were seeing what was going on. And then as ICE was getting ready to leave, they started, people were responding to them leaving, and they started tear gassing and started deploying less than lethal munitions on everybody as they were leaving.
Yeah, so you said you came out here you've been out here following ICE and taking like anti-ICE actions.
Yep.
How did that really get started for you, and how have you seen it escalating over the past few months?
Yeah, well, I started independent journalism 5 years ago, covering what's happening here.
That's sick.
Yeah, covering what's happening here in the city, and then I've covered Russia's invasion of Ukraine, and just kind of kept picking up more and more stories. Yeah, so I mean, I live here. I'm from Minnesota, so as soon as the ICE surge started and Operation Metro Surge had began, I tapped back in and I'm back out on the streets covering what's going on.
Damn, dude. All right, well, that's sick. Thanks for talking.
Of course.
And
anyway, dude, then I invited him onto the podcast. Oh my god, it's such a fucking embarrassing interview. God damn. Okay. This was sick. I was thinking of the I was thinking of Sam Cedar when I saw this guy. This guy had a conch, and he was blowing a conch, and it sounded like one of those shofars that Sam has. Let's see. Can I zoom in on this? Yeah, sick, dude. Sick. I gotta get one of these for these protests. That was sick. Listening to that, dude. People were debating if I was MAGA or Fed. Oh my god, I should not have done that. Then, okay, I'm gonna have to hang it up. I'm gonna have to hang this up. But so there was this one guy. He was, let's just say, a little unhinged. He was very worked up. He was very worked up about a Minnesotan getting murdered by the feds, and he ended up getting violent. And so a group of people were kind of involved in subduing him, separating him from the main crowd. This is the interaction there. If this will load. So this guy apparently ended up getting into a fight with a few people, and as a result was kind of beaten up. He lost his glasses, and a group of people were making sure that he stayed far away from the main crowd.
What's your name? Are these your glasses, sir? Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Are these your glasses? Yes. Fuck your glasses. Bitch. Yeah, fuck them. Step. What the hell? Yeah, that's a traditional ass whooping.
Dude, you don't want to get somebody else.
Hold on.
So anyway, those people kind of ended up helping him get away. I ended up going with them, to be honest. This paramedic, or I don't know, he's a medic. This girl, this tall guy. I ended up going with them, and we were able to calm this guy down, have him breathe a little bit, and then we bonded. Oh my god, dude. He pulls out his phone, and he's like, "Oh, I have the Majority Report playing on my phone right now." I'm like, "What? You're listening to the Majority Report? I love that show." And then she's like, "Yeah, I like Emma Vigeland." And this guy's like, "Oh, I love Sam Cedar." And I'm like, "Okay, we need to take a fucking selfie." So I made these guys take a selfie with me, even though it was the unhinged guy who literally got into a fight with protesters because he came in too hot and is like, "I want violence." But we were able to calm him down and then head out. And when I left, the guy saw me again, and he was like, "Oh, you're leaving, brother? Come here." And he gave me a hug. So, it was a happy ending there. But anyway, this is only going to get worse. These ICE demonstrations are only going to get worse and worse. We have the video here. She kind of looks like Emma. Yeah. No, she was pretty cool. All of them were pretty cool, except the unhinged guy was unhinged. We're going to wrap it up with a few statements. Here. From Kirsty Gnome. Today, ICE officers in Minneapolis were conducting targeted operations. No, they were not. They were not doing that at all. They literally tried to like get into a place of business. They didn't have a warrant, and then they left. Like, is that a targeted operation? When rioters began blocking ICE officers, and one of these violent rioters weaponized her vehicle, hilarious by the way, attempting to run over our law enforcement officers in an attempt to kill them. An act of domestic terrorism. No, it's not. That's self-defense. An ICE officer, fearing for his life, and she wasn't even trying to run him over and kill him. She was trying to flee because they were threatening to abduct her. That's what it is. An ICE officer, fearing for his life, the lives of his fellow law enforcement, and the safety of the public, fired defensive shots. No, he didn't. He literally tracked her down with his gun, continuing to fire into the car. Like, she was past him when he first started firing. He used his training of being a little piglet, and saved his own life and that of his fellow officers. No, he did not. No, he didn't. This is just a lie. What are we talking about? The alleged perpetrator was hit and is deceased. The ICE he shot her in the fucking head when she was trying to flee abduction by him and his goons. The ICE officers who were hurt are expected to make full recovery. Then what ICE officers were hurt? Bro, one ICE officer slipped on the fucking ground because it's covered in ice. Ice slipping on ice? What is that, like an incestuous pain? Is that an incestuous self-injury? This is the direct consequence of constant attacks and demonization of our officers by sanctuary politicians who fuel and encourage rampant assaults on our law enforcement, who are facing 1,300% increase in assaults against them and an 8,000 increase in death threats. Hey, maybe if you don't want to get assaulted, and how did he get assaulted, by the way? Slipped on ice. That's how he got assaulted. Maybe if you don't want to do that, get the fuck out of Minnesota in the winter. This is an evolving situation. We will give the public more info as soon as it becomes available. Question mark, this was not necessary. Lying Nazi thugs. Nope, these officers belong in prison. The woman was fleeing the scene. Here's the angle where you can see the ICE agent clearly being hit by the vehicle and almost ran over. Oh, another angle? No, he was not clearly hit by the vehicle. What are you talking about? Here's the video that proves you're lying. Bro, she was at a dead stop. He ran up and shot her on video. Yeah, whatever. Like, he murdered her. Let's go to Trump. Trumpy, my love. Stand with ICE. I have just viewed the clip of the event which took place in Minneapolis, Minnesota. It is a horrible thing to watch. It was a horrible thing to watch. The woman screaming was, obviously, a professional agitator. What do you mean? She's literally driving a fucking minivan. And the woman screaming was a professional... Oh, so the woman that was saying you shot her in the head was a professional agitator. Obviously a professional agitator. And the woman driving the car was very disorderly. So I love how it's like, she's a professional at being an agitator, but then the guy who, the person who was driving the car, they were being disorderly, right? They were just being chaotic. It was very disorderly, obstructing and resisting. No, they weren't. When the ICE agents got out of their car to abduct her, she was literally in park, waving them on. Willfully and viciously ran over the ICE officer who seems to have shot viciously ran over? Dude, if you're getting run over, you can't shoot the person. You're underneath a car. Yeah, no, you're right. Trump is a professional agitator. He would know one, right? Based on the attached clip, it is hard to believe he is alive. What? Bro, what? Dude, is he actually just like... Is his brain melting out of his ears? This is crazy. There is nothing There is nothing even similar to what he's saying at all. It's hard to believe he's alive, but he's recovering in the hospital? Dude, I swear to God, Trump didn't see the video. Stephen Miller must have just told Trump, oh, an ICE officer was ran over and he shot someone in self-defense. And he made up everything else. Unless he's like actually just demented and he thinks that he was literally ran over and then filled in the gaps in his like cheese-holed brain that he's in the hospital recovering right now. He's in the situation is being studied. It's being studied in its entirety. But the reason these incidents are happening is because of the radical left. They're threatening, assaulting, and targeting our law enforcement officers and ICE agents on a daily basis. Oh, God. Yeah, the people that got murdered because they are getting murdered. That's why. The murdering agency is murdering people because of the people that are being murdered. It's just like Israel. Stop making me punch you in the fucking face. Yeah, a lot of similarities between what ICE is doing and what Israel is doing. Obviously, I'm not drawing comparisons in sense of scale, but in terms of some of the tactics, you do see something similar. They're just trying to do the job of making America safe. We need to stand by and protect our law enforcement officers from this radical left movement of violence and hate. Bro, holy fuck. You literally your guys murdered someone, and you ended your post by saying that it's the person that got murdered who did the violence? Yeah, his brain is gone, dude. The ICE agent who what, did he slip a disc in his back when he like stepped on the ice wrong? Oh my god, guys. Okay, listen, guys, I have to go. Everyone, try to have, yeah, it's just Greater Israel. Try to have a good rest of your day. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section down below if you want me to do more IRL content. Maybe figure out like an IRL stream. I texted Comrade Casey. He apparently was like 5 minutes away from the protest and from where the shooting happened. I was 10 minutes away from it, and this shit is just gonna it's gonna keep happening more and more. Yeah, 2026 is off to a bad start. I agree. All right, everyone, have a great rest of your day. I don't know, guys, just like do something fun for yourself. Kiss a baby, play with a puppy, do whatever you need to fucking do. I'll be at you later. We'll see you later. Peace.